Everyone thinks they know Donald Trump. Trump, the real estate mogul. Trump, the reality TV personality. Trump, the politician. But do you know how it all started? How Trump actually became Trump? Here's the real story behind how Donald Trump got his wealth, his successes, and his failures. The story started well over a century ago with Donald's grandfather, Frederick Trump. You see, real estate runs deep in the blood of the Trump family, and Frederick was actually the first Trump to own a hotel. During the famous Klondike Gold Rush in Canada, Frederick owned an inn and restaurant that served gold miners. When he passed away, he left an estate worth just under $500,000 in today's dollars to his heirs. His eldest son, Fred Trump, carried on the Trump legacy by going into business with his mother, using his inheritance for seed money. Fred became a very successful builder in New York City's outer boroughs. He built single-family houses in Queens in the 1920s. He helped pioneer the supermarket with the Trump Market during the Great Depression. He even built barracks for the Navy during World War II. But Fred's real cash cow came in 1949, when he got a government loan to build Shore Haven Apartments in Brooklyn. The Federal Housing Administration paid him $10.3 million, but he was able to build the apartments for significantly less. The government kept overpaying for houses in Brooklyn and Queens, and Fred kept building them. Fred Trump was allegedly worth between $250 and $300 million by the time of his death in 1999. According to Donald, his father was one of the biggest landlords in New York's outer boroughs. Born in Queens, Donald Trump would join his father's company early on in his career. Donald had a different vision for the Trump name. He envisioned the Trump brand as being synonymous with luxury worldwide. Using his dad's business connections and creditworthiness, Donald went into real estate in Manhattan in the mid-1970s. He borrowed a small sum of $1 million to get started. One of Trump's first moves was also one of his biggest wins. In 1976, Donald Trump and Hyatt partnered to buy the rundown Commodore Hotel near Grand Central Station. At the time, the whole neighborhood was in disarray, with many nearby buildings on the verge of foreclosure. Trump negotiated contracts with banks and the city in an effort to fund the hotel and rejuvenate the area. The end result was the Grand Hyatt, a 25-story hotel which Trump sold his share of for $142 million in 1996. Another big win for Trump was with 40 Wall Street, which was once the tallest building in the world. He bought it for $1 million after years of vacancy. Today, it's prime real estate in the financial district, worth more than $500 million. The Apprentice was also a financial home run. As the show's host and executive producer, Trump raked in $1 million per show for a whopping total of 185 episodes. But like many businessmen, Trump's career also had its share of failures. Donald's biggest failure may be his ill-fated venture into casinos in Atlantic City. The bleeding started in 1988 when he acquired the Taj Mahal Casino. Funded primarily by junk bonds, the massive casino would be $3 billion in debt within just a year of opening. Trump, who racked up $900 million in personal liabilities, had the business declare bankruptcy. To stay afloat, he ditched many personal assets, such as his airline, a 282-foot mega yacht, and half of his stake in the company. Things were dire, and Trump's dad chipped in with a $3.5 million loan in the form of casino chips to help make a debt payment. Trump's casino holding company would enter bankruptcy 2 additional times, once in 2004 after accruing $1.8 billion in debt, and again in 2009 after missing a bond payment during the financial crisis. Each time, Trump's stake in the company fell. While 3 of Trump's 4 bankruptcies involved Atlantic City casinos, he has also struggled in other ventures outside of real estate. Trump Airlines, Trump Vodka, Trump the Game, Trump Magazine, Trump Steaks, and Trump University were all destined for failure. Trump Mortgages was launched in 2006, right before the real estate crash, and it also imploded. According to Trump's campaign, he is worth in excess of $10 billion. However, he has been accused of artificially inflating his net worth. Forbes and Bloomberg News both have drastically different estimates of his wealth. Using the middle-of-the-road figure from Forbes, here is how Trump's wealth breaks down. About 7% of Trump's net worth is in cash and liquid assets, such as investments. 8% is in golf courses, and 4% is in his toys, such as his helicopters, penthouse, or a Boeing 757. The majority, however, is in real estate, with Manhattan properties alone making up about half of his total.